Hello and welcome to Alex Irons Presents, where this week we have a bit of a veteran in the studio with us this week. It's Orla Gartland.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thanks. Would you like to give a short description about yourself? I'm sure everybody knows who you are anyway.
Definitely don't.
And yeah, then you can play your first song.
Sure, it's a short description. My name's Orla Gartland. I'm 18. I'm from Dublin, as you can tell from my weird leprechaun accent. And I play music. I've been doing it full time for just a couple weeks now, I guess, really. I kind of finished school back in Dublin in June, and then ever since I've been really just going for the music and seeing how it goes. And yeah, I suppose it's guitar based, but it's quite poppy, kind of left field stuff, and thinking sort of Imogen Heap and Regina Spektor would be big influences for me.
Awesome. So yeah, if you'd like to take it away.
This is a song called Human. It's the first time I've ever played it live or for a session or anything, and it's track 3 of my upcoming EP.
So feel special.
Oh yeah. Oh, if I was the moon, I would break all the rules. I would sail away into the dark. Not a ghost of a chance that I'd be coming back. Would I envy the sea, keeping secrets beneath? No one likes to be caught unaware. And there's a plan in the deep, take the ground from our feet. I don't need DNA for a radioactive display. Am I lost in the day? You always remind me a skeleton can't bruise. Oh, no blood for me to lose. Oh, where is the life I knew? Oh, wish that I could be human. Wish that I could be human. I'm the face in the clock. Nothing comes as a shock. Inner workings are hidden away. Keep on serving my time till the hour arrives. I don't need DNA for a radioactive display. Am I lost in a day? You always remind me a skeleton can't bruise. Oh, no blood for me to lose. Oh, where is the life I knew? Oh, I wish that I could be human. Wish that I could be human. Starting to feel like a robot, living without an identity. I wonder if I left permission. I wonder if I am allowed to be a skeleton can't bruise. No blood for me to lose. Where is the life I knew? Wish that I could be human. A skeleton can't bruise. Oh, no blood for me to lose. Oh, where is the life I knew? Oh, wish that I could be human. Wish that I could be human. Wish that I could be human. Wish that I could be human.
Don't worry, I'm sure if you wish hard enough, your dream will come true. But that was Human from your new EP, Roots. Would you like to tell us what your influences were behind the EP, and when is the release date?
The release date is the 11th of November, so the 11th of the 11th, and
Tricky.
yeah, it's a tricky one. It was quite an obvious choice. It was quite handy, obviously, for Americans, to tell them 11th, otherwise everyone gets confused.
Yeah.
yeah, so basically the influences, musical wise, like I said, like Regina Spektor, Imogen Heap, like just huge influences for me, sort of left field pop. Just, I'm into a lot of like, like general bands and male musicians, but there's a lot of kind of female influences sort of creeping in, and I just think they're awesome, really. And I think, the title track's called Roots, and it's a song about leaving home, which is like, at the moment, it's basically what I'm in the process of doing. I'm in the process of moving over to the UK and giving the whole music thing a bash, so it's kind of particularly poignant for me right now. The lyrics are sort of resonating with me more than other songs, and I think that was why it was kind of an obvious choice to choose it as the title track and as the kind of main song, because, I kind of like the whole idea of EPs being kind of small bodies of work is quite a nice, like, and I like the thought of them kind of being really relatable to that moment, so that kind of when I look back, and if I have sort of a succession of EPs, that I can look back at that time and just say, oh yeah, I was 18 and I was leaving home and I was worried about everything that came with that, and then I just, I wrote this song, and that, that's where I was at that point. So that was kind of, it was kind of an obvious choice, I think, to choose that as the title track.
Yeah, cool. I kind of forget, like, because I've met you in London twice before. I just think, she's a London girl, leaving home. What are you talking about? And I kind of realised, oh yeah, you're from Dublin.
As if you couldn't tell from my voice.
Yeah, as if I couldn't tell already. That just kind of brings it home. But you are currently on tour with Frank Hamilton as
yes.
I think I think it's the biggest tour that he's done so far.
It is indeed.
He played Relentless Garage not too long ago. What's it like being on tour with him, and what kind of crowds have you seen?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, really fun. I kind of went on tour. I definitely did go on tour with my friend Lauren Aquilina just a few weeks ago, where we met back at the Borderline, which is another fave London venue of mine. And venue sizes have been about the same. I suppose the kind of the benefit and the kind of fun, interesting side of being a support act for different tours is only my second one, this one, but kind of you can see like a difference in kind of demographic, a difference in following and the people that come to the gigs. And Frank is kind of really singer-songwriter. He's got a little bit of an older sort of demographic that one I'd be used to playing to, and I think that's really nice. It's a really good experience, and I love being a support act. I've only done like a handful of headline shows, so I'm kind of used to being the opener, and it's kind of it's a tricky one sometimes, because you have to prove yourself. It can kind of feel like an audition sometimes. You have to kind of almost win over these people and constantly remind yourself that they're not here to see you. It's not your name on the ticket, and a couple people might know you, but really you've kind of you've got a clean slate, so you kind of, with that in mind, I do really enjoy it, but it can be quite tough depending on like the venue, the night, the buzz, the atmosphere, and all that kind of stuff definitely comes into it. But I found it really enjoyable. It's a great opportunity to try out new songs. It's a great opportunity to just get a little bit better. I think my favourite part of the Lauren tour, because I met you quite late along. The London date was kind of the second last date of the tour, and I think
it was, yeah.
I was in a really good mood on that day, because it was kind of the first day that I realised that I could feel myself getting better. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of, when I was in school, I was steadily gigging the entire time, but it would be very sporadic. It'd be like, whoa, random gig there that weekend, the next weekend, maybe nothing for a month. But the kind of process of gigging for 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight, almost every night, it does make you feel like you're getting a little bit better gradually. And it's gradual, but it is there, and it kind of is so reassuring when you do feel that, because you kind of just think, okay, this is good. Because I'm the kind of person, like most musicians, I look back and listen back to things I did maybe a year ago and just go, oh god, I sound awful. And everyone does that. You have to keep your humble roots. So I have most of I do some videos, and I have a lot of old ones still on there, but at the same time, it's really reassuring to feel progress and development and everything like that.
Awesome. I know exactly what you mean, because when I say I listen back to my old shows, I'd never dare listen back to my old shows. But I remember making many mistakes, one being on the first show I ever did, before the show had even started. Well, just as the show started and the intro came in and I started talking and I didn't put the microphone up. So
rookie, no.
Quite literally, yes. I was a rookie. Still am. What do I mean was? But I know exactly where you're coming from, and just kind of you improve steadily as you go along. The more and more you do it. I mean, at school, everyone does like, oh yeah, I'm doing a gig like today, and you won't do one for like 4 months.
Yeah.
So this kind of, now you're starting to pick things up. You start.
Yeah.
To
It's
feel,
just it's very intense. Like there are definitely like massive ups and downs, but
Yeah.
I think it's just a huge learning experience, and I'm kind of I'm at the stage where I'm getting a little bit more confident in my own stuff, but I'm also just like taking any opportunity I can get, playing any gig I can get, big or small, and it kind of it feels like it's slowly but surely sort of starting to pay off, which is really nice.
Who knows? One day you could be playing upstairs in the main venue here at the Roundhouse.
The dream.
Well, if you're dreaming to be human, I'm sure that dream can come true as well. But you have a free download out at the moment called
I
Bandit.
do.
Would you like to talk a bit more about it and where people can download it?
Yeah, of course. Bandit is a song I wrote last year. I went over to Brighton for the first time earlier in the year, in February, I think.
For the first time?
Yeah.
How have you never been to Brighton before?
Well, I was just this little Irish kid. I'd barely been to London. I went over to Brighton, which is a really strange place to be when it's not summer. Like it's a little bit eerie.
It's
like the
cold.
pier, the pier and the amusements and everything just seem a little bit. When the lights are turned off, it's almost a bit haunting.
Yeah,
but
and the
I
music plays a little bit slower in a kind of
Yeah.
a more creepy kind
It
of way.
is a little bit eerie. I don't know. Yeah, I found it quite strange. But yeah, so I went over. Worked with an amazing producer there that worked with like a few heroes of mine, and he was really sort of keen to get involved, which was again just really encouraging when something like that happens. And we just recorded a few tracks just to kind of have them, and just for me to get a little bit more studio experience because I was quite new to everything. And one of the songs we came out with was something I really wanted to sort of show people. It was a song called Bandit that I'd wrote about sort of running away from home, which is, now that I think about it, a bit of a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom and Dad. No, yeah, it's a song about running away from home, running away from someone. And
Home,
yeah.
Mum and Dad.
Well, sorry, Mom. And I was pretty happy with how it turned out, and it was just sort of really sort of fun song. It's quite a short one, and I kind of had quite a bit of energy, and I thought kind of for me was almost a stepping stone to the EP. It was kind of something I quite like to show people because the EP is quite, there's not just me and guitar, there's quite a lot going on in there and quite a bit more, and I kind of thought just to sort of almost prepare people that have kind of been I've been surprised and really humbled by how nice everyone's been about kind of waiting, because I haven't really released anything properly ever, but yeah, people have stuck around, and I think that's been super encouraging. So it was kind of a thank you for that, and also to kind of to cross that bridge and sort of prepare people's ears for the sort of sound of the EP, the direction it was going in. And it's on my SoundCloud, which if you Google, or there's a YouTube video on my YouTube channel just called Bandit, and I'm
So
sure that the I'm sure that the download links are in there in the description, I think.
You think? Are you
I know.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm so sure.
Would you like to phone a friend?
Yes.
But what else do you have in store for the end of this year and next year?
So the end of this year, so the Frank tour, which I'm in the middle of at the moment, has about 4 or 5 dates, which is really cool. Going to Guildford, Brighton, Southampton, Wales, going to Cardiff for the first time, which is really cool.
And I have to say, before we were talking on air, and you mentioned Guildford, but you had no idea where it was.
Literally no idea. Geographically, I am so foreign. I'm so foreign.
No.
So that is that's the Frank tour, which finishes up on the 10th of October, I believe. Then I've got like an Oxjam gig in Leeds, which is really cool. And then a little bit of a gap where I go back home for a bit, and then I've got 2 Irish dates where I'm supporting Nina Nesbitt,
Okay.
which will be good fun. And then a little bit of a gap where I'm just sort of planning to do a lot of writing and kind of get back into that, which is quite what I was doing all summer, and then kind of made space for the live gig. So it's kind of been back and forth between that.
So it's been a bit of a pain more than anything else, playing all these live shows.
No, not at all. No, I absolutely love it. But with the writing, and kind of, even though, at that stage I will have just kind of released my first EP, so the writing isn't necessarily an immediate kind of thing that needs to happen, but just something I'd quite like to keep in the practice of. And then I've got some dates supporting my friends Hudson Taylor in December.
Oh, very nice.
So it's kind of like basically some writing and recording and demoing separated by some support gigs.
Awesome, that sounds pretty cool. The Nina Nesbitt bit, is that through Lauren as well? Because I know that she was in her dressing room with the Borderline.
Yeah, that sounds so stalkerly. You know,
I
mean, I was outside the window and I believed that she was in the dressing room.
Just camera at hand and
Yeah.
pen and paper in the other.
It's purely for my radio show, guys. Yeah, no, Nina's like a good friend. She's been great, and she kind of, you know, has really helped me out. I supported her like way back in the day. She's playing to quite, like, I think she's playing to maybe 50 people in Dublin, and I supported. That would have been like May 2012.
Okay.
And we've always kept in touch, and you know, she was really good and was like, want some support dates? And I was like, hell yes.
Why would you not take that opportunity up?
Of course, yeah. No, it should be really fun. They're really, really nice venues at home and it'll be my first time in Belfast as well, which would be great.
Have you not played Belfast before?
No, I've never even been to Belfast.
To be honest, neither have I. I hardly leave the M.
You're trying to sound so well travelled and cultured. Have you never been to Belfast? You haven't been yourself.
No, to be fair, I hardly ever leave the outskirts of the M25. Anything outside there is nothing.
I definitely thought you were going to say, like, I never leave the studio or something, and I was like,
I do have a bed here somewhere. I just live in the Roundhouse. I might as well, to be honest. And what has been the craziest moment of your year so far?
Craziest moment. It probably isn't going to sound that crazy, but I did find it really overwhelming, and I got like turned into a bit of a girl and got a little bit teary, but I uploaded the artwork for my EP just a couple days ago and kind of didn't know what to expect. Kind of thought everyone was just, I thought that the people that knew my music already had kind of lost interest because I hadn't, you know, been releasing things. And
you have 48,000 people on Facebook.
Well, I
don't think they'll lose interest.
I kind of thought it had been a while, and it had. I kind of I could have been releasing stuff during the year, but I really just wanted to be super proud of it, and I really just wanted to be super happy with it, and for that I needed time. Yeah, and I was just so humbled by the fact that people were so kind of, you know, enthusiastic and excited about it, that I was just like, oh, this is, you know, amazing. How can anyone be enthusiastic about release before even hearing the songs? It was such an amazing feeling, and I don't know, I felt very like loved, and I felt it was just one of those moments where I just felt like I was kind of doing the right thing. So that was really, really nice. But there's been a few kind of gigs. I mean, I did my first headline tour in July, which was great fun, and definitely, I mean, the London date was the first time I'd played with a band, so that was, you know, probably a highlight as well. There's been quite a few different ones, but it's been really fun.
And we won't mention the bed incident with Lauren in Leeds, because we mentioned that last time.
No, you're definitely not. I definitely didn't wake up in the same bed as well.
Yeah, of course you didn't. But Orla, a massive thank you for taking time out to come down to the studio.
Oh, massive thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to let you play another song.
Sweet. This is Roots. Just have to tune my guitar, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll edit all this bit out.
Lol, keeps it in.
You watch. You'll be listening on Tuesday, and I'm just like, ha 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 ha. We may be here a while, listeners.
Cool.
Ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do this.
Light don't stick to you like it used to do. Think you've lost your shine. Wishing days away, busy chasing trains, leaving us behind. Let's get a ticket for those tracks, and I'll say a word and don't turn back. Get out of here, let's get out of here. We can get lost between the rails, though we've never been afraid to fail. Let's get out of here, let's get out of here. So if you dig up your roots, then I'll dig up my roots, and we can take them with us wherever we go. And all that we are is in the beat of our hearts, and I know we're ready to dive on my own than be caught in the middle. Sights set to the sky, sick of standing by, getting itchy feet. Need some new places, meet some fresh faces, no one left to please. Let's get a ticket for those tracks and don't say a word and don't turn back. Get out of here, let's get out of here. We can get lost between the rails, we've never been afraid to fail. So if you dig up your roots, then I'll dig up my roots, and we can take them with us wherever we go. And all that we are is in the beat of our hearts, and I know we're ready to dive into the unknown. 'Cause I'm caught in the middle, and I'd rather break out on my own than be caught in the middle. We're carrying our roots in everything we do, and you know there's nothing left here for us. We got everything we need, it takes a leap to plant the seed, and you know there's nothing left here for us. So if you dig up your roots, then I'll dig up my roots, and we can take them with us wherever we go. And all that we are is in the beat of our hearts, and I know we're ready. Yes, I know we're ready. So if you dig up your roots, then I'll dig up my roots, and we can take them with us wherever we go. And all that we are is in the beat of our hearts, and I know we're ready to dive into the unknown. 'Cause I'm caught in the middle, I'd rather break out on my own than be caught in the middle, and then be caught in the middle.